As the story began, a child appears on the deathbed. He is severely injured and a man looks at him as if he wants to take revenge. He is the father. Then news appears that a very dangerous snake is missing from a facility. Everybody is as worried as it is a deadly snake. That man in the hospital meets with his father, who inquire about his condition. Both appear suspicious that who tries to kill the child by making him fall from the roof of a building. Then Ladybug appears on the street. As he is walking, he seems to talk with a lady named Maria Beetle, and he tells her that his condition is improved now. He can control his anger, but he is not sure if he wants to come back to work or not. But then he quotes a saying about peace: you put peace out in the world, you get peace back. So this professional assassin with a code name for mission, Ladybug, returns to his work. But this time with a very positive attitude. He is assigned a task by his handler Maria that he has to collect a briefcase aboard a bullet train and then have to travel from Tokyo to Kyoto, as her previous contactor Carver did not want to do this work as he is ill. Ladybug collects his things from a safe and then takes a bullet train. This bullet train has 16 cars, 10 are economy and 6 are first class, and this train stops for 1 minute at each station. The man that was in the hospital with his son also takes this bullet train. Meanwhile, 2 other persons named Lemon and Tangerine also appear on the bullet train. They are Hitman brothers and came here on a mission. Yuichi Kimura, previously mentioned as the father, tries to find someone, but as he finds the prince who looks like a schoolgirl, apologizes as he thought she might be someone else, but she attacked him and he faints due to injury in the head. On the other side, in one of the cars of the train, Lemon and Tangerine are discussing their codename. They don't like it, while Ladybug tries to find out the briefcase with a train sticker on it. Lemon and Tangerine are hired by White Death. He is one of the world's largest crime syndicates who have control over the Japanese underworld years ago. White Death is one of the most powerful men in the whole of Japan. As Lemon and Tangerine are professional contractors, so White Death hired them so they can bring his son back to him. Not only this, but they also had to bring a briefcase containing White Death $10 million. They have to deliver both his son and briefcase to Kyoto. But as Ladybug takes their briefcase, they seem to be intense now, as White Death never forgets. As Ladybug reaches the door of the train so he can come out of the train, the wolf came and gives him a hard punch on his face. The prince calls Yuichi Kimura to train as she is behind his son's Wataru accident, and she also has an associate at the hospital who is ready to kill the boy if she will not pick up his phone call. The prince forces Yuichi Kimura to cooperate with her in executing her plan. She wants to kill White Death by fixing an explosive in his briefcase. As Lemon and Tangerine lost the briefcase, Tangerine told him the story of the White Death. Who he was. And from where he came? Minagishi was one of the brutal bastards. He was a person with old school thoughts. For him only traditions and loyalty matter. Then one day suddenly a heightened young Russian came. He earns Minagishi's loyalty very fast. He defeats everyone who came in his way to success. Many people warn Minagishi about this Russian fellow and warn him to remain alert, but he ignores their advice. Then one day this Russian named White Death attacks Minagishi's place with his army and kills everyone, including his master and boss. After realizing that the briefcase is missing, when Lemon and Tangerine reach back to White Death's son, when they reached they saw that someone poisoned him and he is dead by now. On another side, the wolf reaches there as he wants to take revenge on his wife murder on his wedding day. Not only his wife but everyone is poisoned on the same day, so he is bursting with anger. That's why he attacks Ladybug. They fight in train trying to defeat each other. But finally, Ladybug kills him by knife, at least by now. While passing the train passage, Tangerine meets with the prince. She is sitting calmly as a sweet innocent girl. She said to Tangerine that she saw a man wearing black glasses taking his briefcase. Tangerine immediately recognizes Ladybug as a man wearing black framed glasses. At the same time, Ladybug tries to negotiate with Lemon by showing him a gun under the table. Meanwhile, the prince takes the briefcase from where Ladybug hides it. As Ladybug saw the White Death's son, he thoughts that the poisoner who massacred the wolf wedding is the same one who killed White Death's son. The snake mentioned earlier also appears on this bullet train. Meanwhile, Yuichi Kimura opens a briefcase and he saw it has money and gold bars, but the prince comes and fits explosives in the briefcase. Yuichi Kimura seems tensed about this, but he cannot do anything because of his son's security. She also fixes the explosive in Yuichi Kimura's gun and asks him to kill White Death for his son's life's sake, but she makes sure if he fails then this briefcase kills him. She also told him that till now 31 times people try to kill White Death, but every time he kills the attackers but their weapon. So her plan is perfect as this gun explodes in hands of White Death as he tries to kill Kimura. She seems to be proud of her perfect killing plan. Tangerine locates Ladybug in a toilet when Ladybug is about to rule out who is behind this poisoning, as there must be something else going on which is a part of a bigger plan. Tangerine and Ladybug fight on the train, but then a phone call came from White Death Man as he wants to see the briefcase where Ladybug acts to be a Lemon, the twin brother of Tangerine. But those men find out that the briefcase is empty now. They run and catch the bullet train again. On the other side, Lemon meets with the prince and Kimura and holds a gun upon them as he thought they are lying about the briefcase. Lemon fired a bullet at Kimura and he falls to the ground remembering his son. They close him in a restroom. But Lemon finds out the truth about the prince as she pretends to be an innocent girl, but she is very clever. But she manages to sedate Lemon and then fired bullets at him one after another. The lady who poisoned the wolf's wife and his wedding guest also poisoned the White Death's son and attacks the ladybug with a syringe of boomslang venom, but he manages to inject her with her syringe. She tries to save herself by using antidote, but ladybug stabs her in his neck so she dies on the spot. She died a miserable death due to poison. Tangerine finds his brother Lemon lying on the floor. He thought he is dead. Tangerine feels devastated by his death and is determined to take his revenge on whoever this did with his brother. Ladybug feels panic as he killed 2 persons. No, the lady on phone tries to calm him and advises him that find the briefcase and get out off the train. Ladybug listens to all this while trying to catch his breath. During all this, White Death now knows the reality. He asks Tangerine about his son and briefcase. Tangerine told him that his son is dead and he lost his briefcase too. White Death threatens him that he will kill him and his brother brutally. Tangerine saw the prince on the train. She said to him that a man kidnapped her and killed his uncle. She tries her best to make up a story and Ladybug believes her, but then suddenly recognizes her as a Lemon killer. Lemon named her Diesel. As he tries to grab her, Ladybug came and attacked Tangerine. She tries to fool Ladybug with her innocent face. After all this, an elderly man came to where Ladybug and Prince are sitting. As Ladybug tries to get up, Snake bites him. This man asks from Prince where his son is. He also inquires about his grandson's accident. The prince accepts her all deeds and said she wants to kill White Death with the help of his son. She said she killed his son and grandson, but he told her she failed in his grandson's killing as he is always there to protect his family. Kimura's father reveals himself as a former Yakuza lieutenant whose wife and people were killed in the White Death attack at Minagishi's place. He told Ladybug all his story and White Death's cruelty. Then he and Ladybug find that Kimura and Lemon are still alive. They seem to be happy with this. Now they all get prepared for what comes next for them. The train arrives in Kyoto where Ladybug meets with White Death and his men. Whereas story takes an interesting turn when the prince reveals herself as the daughter of the White Death. She faces her father and told him she deserves his all attention, not his son and work. She holds a gun to her father, but White Death takes the gun from her. She feels happy as she fixes the explosive in the gun. As he tries to kill her, it will explode and result killing himself. But at that moment, White Death told her that she was never part of this plan. He reveals that he hired all the assassins on the bullet train to take revenge for his wife's murders. When Tangerine and Lemon kills his all men during one of their mission in Bolivia, his beloved wife was called to bail their only son so that she can take him out of the jail. But Carver killed her instead of him. The doctor who was going to save her was also poisoned by Hornet to ensure that she will be dead. So he hired all the assassins on the same bullet train to kill each other, including his son, the wolf, Hornet, and Carver, who is replaced by Ladybug at the last moment. It seems that he almost succeeded in his plan. After revealing everything as White Death tries to kill Ladybug, the bomb in the briefcase set up by his daughter triggered, knocking them both onto the train, which Lemon sets back in motion. As the train gains speed and becomes out of control, White Death fights with an elder man while Ladybug and Kimura fight with his henchmen. White Death holds a gun at Ladybug, but instead of killing him, he killed himself as it was Kimura's gun and it explodes as he presses the trigger button. Ladybug, Kimura, and his father all are injured badly as they are trying to catch their breath. Prince holds a big gun towards them. Ladybug advises her to read a book on personality disorders. As she tries to shoot them, she hits by a truck. Maria arrives at the spot and Ladybug asks her if she comes to rescue him. But now he is more positive towards life. Lemon and Tangerine also remain alive after all this mess. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe for more epic videos. We will see you at the next one.